Donc voilà, bienvenue à ton tuto de texte, de la lecture. Et là, on regarde un article de Le Monde, Science. So we're going to have a look at an article from Le Monde, Science. And it's all about memory, la mémoire. Le vrai secret de la mémoire, c'est d'apprendre plusieurs fois la même information. So the real secret of memory is to learn several times the same information. Le neurologue Bernard Cosil a répondu aux questions des internautes sur le fonctionnement de nos mémoires à chaque âge et sur les processus d'apprentissage compte rendu. So the neurologist Bernard Cosil has answered a few questions from internautes, would be people from the internet, on how our memories function in each age and the process of learning. Les processus d'apprentissage, process of learning. And here's the report, compte rendu. All right, so there's some nice little headings here. So, de combien de types de mémoire disposons-nous? À court terme, moyen, long terme? So how many types of memories do we have, do we use? Short term, medium, long term? Bernard Cosil. So, il y a plusieurs stocks. La mémoire des souvenirs personnels, dite la mémoire épisodique, la mémoire des savoirs ou mémoire sémantique, et la mémoire procédurale, c'est-à-dire les gestes. Il y a aussi plusieurs étapes pour l'apprentissage. L'étape des mémoires sensorielles qui permettent de récolter les informations, l'étape de mémoire à court terme qui permet de se concentrer sur les informations pour les mémoriser, et enfin la mémoire à long terme qui est constituée en plusieurs stocks dont on vient de parler. Okay, so il y a also means there is, plusieurs, several. So several different stocks of memory we have. So memories of personal memory, the memory which is personal memories, which is called the episodic memory. The memory of knowing things, knowledge, or the semantic memory, which I guess is about words. And the procedural memory, which means c'est-à-dire, very useful phrase for you to have, c'est-à-dire, which means actions. Il y a aussi plusieurs étapes pour l'apprentissage. So there are also plusieurs stages for learning. So this is a great word for you to use for learning, by the way, l'apprentissage. L'étape des mémoires sensorielles, so the first stage, which is sensorial, I don't know, which allows you to collect information. There we are. So récolter is almost like it means to harvest. So to harvest information, so récolter. The second stage of memory is short term, which allows us to concentrate, se concentrer, reflexive verb, notice, on the information to memorize it. And finally, the long-term memory, which is made up of several stocks of the types we just talked about up here. That's dont on vient de parler. So venir de means just. Yes, and dont is of which. So of which we have just spoken about. So it's venir de, and it's plus infinitive. Comment mémoriser une grande quantité de données pendant une courte durée? So how to memorize a large quantity of data. De données is data during a short period. Il faut bien se concentrer, bien comprendre les informations à mémoriser et surtout les apprendre plusieurs fois. Car le vrai secret de la mémoire, c'est d'apprendre plusieurs fois la même information ou l'utiliser plusieurs fois. So, il faut bien, you really need to. The bien makes it a really. So, really need to concentrate. Se concentrer, notice reflexive again. To really understand information and memorize it. And surtout, especially, unfortunately, it's not spécialement. So, surtout is especially. Learn them several times. So, several again. Times. So when you're talking about time and you can count it, it's fois. Une fois, deux fois, trois fois. Yeah. car ou parce que, because the real secret of memory is to learn several times the same information or to use it several times. So it's repetition. There's the verb to learn, apprendre. Okay. Peut-on établir un lien entre une période de stress important et une perte de capacité de mémoire et d'apprentissage? So can we establish a link? Un lien is a link, useful to know when you're everything online, you know, that refers to links online as well, between a period of stress, an important period of stress. So when we use important there, it's actually saying that it was quite significant, because important can mean significant as well. And a loss of capacity, capacity to remember things and to learn. Well, unsurprisingly, oui, effectivement, le stress et le surmenage interfèrent avec la concentration, ce qui fragilise l'apprentissage. Sortis de ces périodes de stress, nos capacités d'apprentissage redeviennent efficaces. So the adverb in there, yes, effectively, yeah, the stress and overdoing it, overwhelm, overdoing it, le surmenage. Actually, I like this because I always think of ménage as being, you know, housework. So over, you know, it's sort of like, I don't know why those two words are connected, but anyway, interferes with concentration, which weakens, I suppose we would say, weakens learning. Outside of these periods of stress, so sorti de, yeah, en dehors de, we could say as well, au-delà as well. Our learning capacity or learning ability. So capacité can mean capacity in English, but it also means ability. So our learning ability comes back, redevienne, comes back to being efficace, nice word, efficient. So it's only a short-term problem. Chef de projet informatique, j'ai à traiter un flux toujours plus conséquent d'informations dans mes activités. Comment éviter la surcharge mentale ressentie? So, chef de projet informatique. Informatique is digital, anything to do with IT. So, this is an IT project manager. And this is a question. These are the questions that are coming in, aren't they? I'm constantly having to deal with a flux of information in my activities. You know, so it's just constant stuff coming in. How to avoid? Éviter is to avoid overloading and a mental overload that's felt. Le monde moderne nous inonde d'informations par tous les canaux. Notre cerveau est donc constamment sollicité. Nos ressources attentionnelles ne sont pas toujours disponibles pour faciliter le traitement et l'apprentissage. La solution est d'éviter de passer continuellement d'un sujet à un autre, d'éviter les interférences et les interruptions. So the modern world always makes me laugh when people start with that, because, you know, they probably were writing that back in the 1700s or something. The modern world inundates us with information by all channels. There we go, les canaux, all channels. This is a useful word. Our brain, cerveau is brain, le cerveau, is therefore constantly being prompted. Our attention our resources for attention aren't always available to facilitate all of this information and the learning that comes with it. The solution is to éviter, which is to avoid, passing continuously from one subject to another, and to avoid, éviter, interferences and interruptions. Oh, that's easy then. Ah, that's where we go wrong. Okay, mon fils de 9 ans a beaucoup de mal à apprendre par cœur. Il a le sentiment que c'est inutile. So my son of 9 years, my 9-year-old son, has great difficulty. That's a good word. Avoir beaucoup de mal is have great difficulty. So il a beaucoup de mal à, and then we've got the à, to learn by heart. He feels like, il a le sentiment que. So if you want to say you feel like something, you can say j'ai le sentiment que. It's easier than using the verbs sometimes. So he has a sentiment, he feels like it's useless, it's you know, of no use. L'apprentissage par cœur est indispensable. On ne peut pas constituer un stock de savoir sans les avoir appris. Toutefois, sans vraiment apprendre par cœur, on peut retenir des informations si on les rencontre plusieurs fois. Par exemple, si les parents reviennent sur ce qu'a apporté le professeur. Enfin, les enfants ont plus de facilité que d'autres pour apprendre par cœur. So, learning by heart is essential, indispensable. Lovely word, that, essential. We can't build up a stock of knowledge without having learnt them in the first place, basically. Little pronouns being dropped in there for people who look at pronouns at the moment. Anyway, toutefois, a nice little word there. Anyway, without really learning by heart, we can hold on to information. We can retenir, to retain some information if we meet it several times. So again, this idea of repetition. For example, if the parents keep coming back across things that have been taught by the teacher. And finally, children do have the ability, more ability, plus de facilité, more ability, find it easier than others to learn by heart. L'impact de certaines substances sur la mémoire, telles que la drogue, est-il irréversible? So the impact of certain substances on the memory, such as drugs, are they irreversible? Il est prouvé que la prise régulière de cannabis, plusieurs fois par jour et pendant plusieurs années, réduit les capacités de mémoire à court terme et de mémoire à long terme. Je ne sais pas s'il est possible de récupérer. So, il est prouvé, it's been proved, that regularly taking cannabis several times a day for several years reduces the capacity for memory to retain information for short term, both for short term and long term memory. I don't know if it's possible to get it back. Récupérer is to get back. All right. Pourquoi nous souvenons-nous de peu de choses alors que nous avons des années de vie derrière nous? So why don't we remember? Why do we only remember a few things when we have so many years behind us? Getting old, basically. La mémoire n'est pas une caméra qui enregistre tous les détails du quotidien. Fort logiquement, beaucoup s'effacent avec le temps. Certaines périodes de vie sont mieux retenues que d'autres. De 15 ans à 25 ans, période de grands changements et les 5 dernières années. That's interesting. So, the memory is not a camera, and it doesn't record every detail in daily life, quotidien, daily life. It's strongly logical that a lot just get wiped out over time. S'effacer is to wipe out. But certain periods of life are better remembered than others or retained than others. So from 15 to 25 years old, which is a period of great change, and the last 5 years. Voilà, très bien. So this article, I think that's been sent to most people on the study task. So if you wanted to have a look and read through it, you might find that helpful. Donc, merci d'être là. Je vous souhaite une très bonne journée et puis à bientôt. Merci beaucoup. Au revoir. Au revoir.